Good evening and welcome to Culver Road here in Lancing. You are joining myself, Jake Payne, here at the Sussex FA headquarters for the first semi-final of this year's Sussex Senior Challenge Cup, where Three Bridges take on Worthing. The Rebels are the most successful team in the competition's history, winning the trophy on 21 occasions and making the final on another 30. Whereas Three Bridges have yet to make a final appearance, but that could all change tonight. With both teams coming into this one on the back of some good form, let's hope we see an entertaining display tonight and a good advert for Sussex football. Let's run through the lineups this evening, starting with Three Bridges. In goal, Mitch Bromwich. In front of him are Ashley, Brackball, Tad Bromwich and Stone, with O'Neill, Villavicencio, Gala, Leighton and Ferreira all playing behind Dan Perry. And for Worthing, Harrison Mayle starts in goal, with defenders Racine, Barker, Tutt and Cucaracho ahead of him. Armstrong, Pattenden, Meekums and Golding make up a potential midfield, with Radari and Keeley likely to be taking up the more advanced positions. The man in the middle tonight is Football League referee Tim Robinson, and he will be assisted by Jamie Wells and Jonathan Wilkes, with Daniel Durso, the fourth official this evening in a rainy Lancing. Of course, Worthing high-flying in the Isthmian Premier, step 3 of the non-league pyramid, and they look set to go on and achieve promotion and join fellow Sussex side Eastbourne Borough in the National League South. Whereas Three Bridges, the step below in the Isthmian League South East, sitting 12th at the moment, but off the back of an unbeaten February, 3 wins and a draw for them. And the two teams did meet in a pre-season friendly earlier this season, Worthing running out 6-1 winners on that occasion. Hopefully we'll get a bit more of a tighter contest tonight for the neutral. And in fact, it was these two sides that played each other last time they met in the Sussex Senior Cup back in the tail 2020-2021 season. And on that occasion, Three Bridges came out victorious in a 2-1 victory in the second round. On the score sheet that evening was Lansdale and Gala, who starts for Three Bridges tonight, and Ollie Pearce, who's on the bench for Worthing this evening. But it will be Worthing to get us underway. And it'll be Reese Miles Meekum to get us up and running here at Culver Road. And we are underway. Worthing kitted out in their full red strip. Three Bridges in the amber and black outfits, as it looks to be an early attack for Worthing, and it's threaded out right. And here's Radari. Tries to go for goal early on, it's just blocked, and it's played back out wide, but eventually dealt with and cleared. But Armstrong can collect. Here's Tutto on that far side. Tries to clip a ball forward into Golding, who could just nick it ahead, and he manages to win a foul there on the far side. I think it might have been Joe Stone who made the challenge there, just on the edge of the 18-yard box. With Dayton Golding, the winger, signed from Lewis back in February 2020. Also had spells at Hastings, another Sussex side, but a chance here early on. It looks like it's Golding and Meekums over it. Right from that corner, sets it to Meekums. It goes for goal with his right foot, but it's not going to trouble Mitch Bromwich in the goal on that far end. It's been closed off tonight due to damage in a previous storm, so many of the fans packed under the shelter here on the near side. But a healthy crowd here on a rainy evening. But an early sight up for Reese Meekums there. He's unable to control the effort. Pattenden just sets it into Meekums, and now Worthing can come forward again. So Meekums, his touch is a little heavy, and Brandon O'Neill manages to get across with the clearance, but I think it came off the Worthing man last. Looks like Pattenden's just slotting in on the right side of a back four as we look at it. Often a more attack-minded winger. The youngster who's come through the academy at Woodside Road. And a number of trials with several teams. Young Jasper Pattenden, a really exciting talent. He's represented Sussex through the age groups. As I say, used to playing a little bit further forward, but he finds himself out on this near side and will look to attack from deep, and he receives the ball here. Just tries to drift inside and holds onto it well and finds Armstrong. He's put under a little bit of pressure, but just manages to squeeze it out to Luca Cucaraccio. And here's Worthing captain Aaron Racine. You do expect Worthing to take control of this one, being the step above Three Bridges in imperious form for the last few seasons. Really, they will feel hard done by to not have been promoted up the pyramid after a couple of curtailments, but certainly one of the strongest Step 3 sides in the country. And here is Racine. There's Pattenden trying to fly away down that right hand side, and he brings it down under his spell, but just a little bit of lack of communication with David Radari. Radari only making his 5th appearance for the Rebels today, on loan from Crawley. Of course, previously made his name at Hastings United, where he was their talisman for a number of years. In fact, he did bag 3 versus Three Bridges for Hastings back in 2019, and he's also scored 3 goals in his first 4 appearances for Worthing, as he just tries to find the ball down the line. A little bit of a floodlight issue there, just on the far side. One of the bulbs just dimming. And Tim Robinson just holds things up for now while we look to get that technical problem sorted. And they seem to be back on. And Tim Robinson blows his whistle, and we can get back underway after that short stoppage, as Pattenden looking through a red shirt and towards Meekums, who's sandwiched between Bromwich and O'Neill, but O'Neill unable to squeeze the ball through. The 2 young keepers on show tonight. Mitch Bromwich, of course, in Three Bridges goal. Used to playing here at Culver Road, was at Lancing before joining Three Bridges. Harrison Mayle, former Leeds United keeper, just 21 years of age. As that floated ball through, we'll find the opposite keeper. But as I say, Worthing have had huge success in this competition, the most wins of any side in the competition's history, but they haven't made a victorious run for the trophy since 1999. They've got a real opportunity, you feel, to do so this season. They might try and break through the Three Bridges defence here, but it's just ushered out of play on that far side by Ryan Brackpool. It's his second spell in Sussex. He was previously at Eastbourne Town before spells elsewhere, and eventually signed from Hawley Town last summer for the team in amber and black. As Gaylor tries to switch play, but it just strikes the midriff of Tim Robinson. As Brandon O'Neill gets us back underway. Long ball forward, and Pattenden just has to watch it, and he nods it down. It's good acceleration for Dari, just to put the pressure on Gianni Ashley, as it tucks over towards that far side where Tutt is being pressurised by Ferreira. Contrary to Worthing's success in the competition, Three Bridges, this is in fact the furthest they've ever made it in the competition, and it equals manager, as we'll just pause that for is perhaps a chance here for a counter-attack as Armstrong breaks forward, but just delays it for now. But Tutt tries to clip the ball forward, and it's intercepted and eventually headed away by Brackpool. Jamie Crellin only ever made the semi-finals of the competition with Hastings, and he's now manager of Three Bridges. He'll be hoping on a personal level to make that next step in towards the final of the competition. Armstrong seeing a lot of the ball in those central areas early on. Armstrong, of course, a signing back in 2019 from Whiteleaf, and after impressed on trial, and in fact he scored a superb goal against Three Bridges, tonight's opponents for Worthing, in that trial, and then secured the move to Woodside Road. He's largely become a mainstay in the centre of that midfield for Adam Hinshelwood's men. Barker. Now Luca Cucaraccio. And squeezes the ball through it. Now Armstrong's got a chance to run towards the Three Bridges defence. Options ahead of him, but they're just limited for now. Instead he goes out wide and finds Pattenden trying to take on Curtis Gaylor. Delivers the ball in, it's flicked, and Golding with the touch. Not sure it's quite intended to go towards goal, but it's a bright start for Worthing, certainly. Dominating possession in these early stages, but unable to make a clear breakthrough as of yet. Plenty of Worthing fans braving the elements on the far side of the pitch. Flags drapes over the hoardings. Cucaraccio, another one that has come through the Worthing Academy, of course had the spell away as part of Bryden's Academy before his release and rejoined the club a season or two ago. But a throw-in for Worthing deep inside the Three Bridges half. Golding just twists and turns on back on his man and goes to ground, but the cross is delivered in. It might be Rodari with the early chance. Took it on his left foot, but couldn't quite keep the first time effort down, and it's gone beyond the confines of the Culver Road Stadium, I think. Such a potent threat in the 18-yard box. David Dradari seems to be playing off the right-hand side tonight. But early warning signs to the Three Bridges defence that they've got to be wary, looking over their shoulders for Radari to be rushing across that near post area. Here's Ashley now, and Pattenden goes forward, doesn't quite make contact. Radari just manages to stop the fullback in his tracks. Gianni Ashley, fullback tonight, left fullback for Three Bridges. Plenty of previous clubs, to name a few, Red Hill, Margate and Bedford, but he'll be trying his best to impress for Three Bridges tonight. He will have his work out against David Radari, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, the attacking threat of Jasper Pattenden, who looks to have quite a lot of space out here on this near touch line. Here's Keeley. Looks left and finds Golding. Plenty rushing forward here for Worthing. Golding goes towards the byline, but tackle is made. Joe Stone on the far side. But it will be a corner nonetheless for Worthing. Pattenden it is who goes across to deliver this corner, allowing Golding to add to the height and physical presence inside the Three Bridges 18-yard box. And Pattenden delivers towards the far post. It's Racine who's challenging at the far post, and I think it did come off a Three Bridges head last. So it will be another corner to Worthing. And this time it is going to be Pattenden with the outswinger. Instead he goes short, trying to find Meekums, who just goes to ground, and foul isn't given. I think the officials have decided that one's a goal kick. A short corner kick routine just not quite coming off there for Worthing. Worthing have looked fairly comfortable during their journey to the semi-finals. They got underway with a 6-2 victory at Seaford Town, followed by a comfortable 3-0 win against Lewis, and then a 2-0 victory against rivals Bognor Regis in the last round. There's Dan Perry, just goes down there under a challenge and just has to take his time. Prolific striker Dan Perry, top scorer for Three Bridges this season, 16 league goals to his name. Another one who has played for an array of Sussex clubs, including Lewis and Uckfield Town and Eastbourne Town, which is where Three Bridges signed the striker from. Had an incredible record over at the Saffrons, scoring 59 goals, only 64 appearances, and proved to be quite a good bit of business for Three Bridges this season. But here's a chance for the strikers down the other end. But on this occasion they can't quite break through, and now here comes Noel Layton. He's got Perry to his right, but it is Noel Layton driving at Aaron Racine, and eventually Harrison Mayle does well to smother that one. Racine just shepherding the ball back in the end to Mayo, stepping across Noel Layton, who has in fact scored in every round of the competition so far for Three Bridges. Ball's played forward as Golding trying to get him behind, but just nodded away. Bit of pressure coming right back at Three Bridges, but on this occasion the throw-in goes their way and a chance for them just to perhaps retain some possession and take some pressure, take some heat off them for now. O'Neill hooks one forward, but Racine is underneath it. Armstrong's touch just a little heavy, but it does fall eventually for Passenden, who exchanges passes with Armstrong, and now Passenden looking for support in this right hand channel, and he's found it in the way of Keeley, but no breakthrough on this occasion, as it has to be worked all the way back to Aaron Racine. Now here's Meekins, which is back to goal. Finds Keeley, but his touch is a little sloppy, but manages to eventually find Jasper Passenden, trying to take on Gianni Ashley. Now Keeley, Armstrong, now Meekins. And it's a really well-timed challenge by Ryan Brackpool, because Reese Meekins was just opening up his body there to drive a shot low across Mitch Bromwich's goal. So a really important challenge from Ryan Brackpool. Passenden, his corner's low, it's in towards Racine, and it's in there, and it's Golding! And it's somehow kept out. Mitch Bromwich just getting his body in the way of it there. Golding just unable to generate enough power from close range on the swivel. But a good stop that was from Mitch Bromwich to deny the Worthing winger, and that's the first clear sight of goal that Worthing have had. The first thing that Mitch Bromwich has had to do in the way of saves. Mitch Bromwich, of course, the brother of Tad Bromwich, who's playing at the left of the central defensive partnership for Three Bridges tonight. As Worthing continue to push and probe at this Three Bridges side, as Gaylor hooks it forward for Three Bridges, but again can't quite find a way past Aaron Racine. And it's given away a little bit cheaply there, and there might be a chance here, Perry, but I think he's just offside. I think it was Ferreira sliding that ball through. Perry just unable to hold his run. But you feel that's probably where Three Bridges' chances are going to come from on the counter-attack. Any little mistakes that Worthing make, they've got to be on it if they're to find a way through this defence. As Golding brings it down and sets it to Meekins. Can't quite get through, and Villavicencio manages to prod it through, and now O'Neill manages to find Layton, who hasn't got much support with him, it has to be said, as Coccaraccio just has to be on hand to stop Dan Perry latching onto the pass. And I think Perry just feeling that the midfield not pressing high enough there. Too easy for Worthing to play their way out of that one. Racine. And here's Danny Barker, another former Brighton Hove Albion Academy product. A number of those in the Worthing side tonight. There's Luca Cocoraccio, Callum Keeley. Other ones too have not quite made the cut at Brighton, but they are impressing at Woodside Road, and now they come forward again, but it's Ryan Brackwell again who's there to drive away. But in a couple of weeks' time we'll see the current crop of Brighton Hove Albion Academy players as they face Horsham here at Culver Road in the other semi-final. There's Perry trying to clip the ball into the channel, but just blocked by Luca Cocoraccio. Tim Robinson just going over to the Worthing dugout on that far side. Can't quite make out who he's having a word with there, but perhaps a little bit too much shouting from the sideline, maybe, according to Tim Robinson. Just has a little word in the ear of one of the substitutes. But we are back underway. Racine looks for the crossfield ball across to Golding. Managed to bring it under his spell well. Golding trying to get past Stone. Finds Tutt, whose pass is slightly under hit, but Marvin Armstrong can collect. Just loses his footing slightly there and almost a regain of possession for Three Bridges as the players stopped. I think a Three Bridges player has gone down clutching his ankle there. I think it might be Brian Villavicencio down just outside the Three Bridges 18-yard box. Was one of those three Bridges players sent off in that feisty game against Whitehawk. And Joe Stone and I think it was Noel Leighton, the other two to be sent off in that viral clash, it has to be said. Hopefully we'll see a cleaner affair tonight, but Brian Villavicencio, excuse me, in the battles early on here again. Barker. Now Racine. For all their possession inside the first 25 minutes or so, Worthing still don't really have anything to show for it as of yet. And that's a poor header from Ferreira, and it's driven low across the box and it's just deflected at the near post, and Worthing will have another corner kick. And There will be Pattenden and Tutt over on that far side again. 4 in the penalty area for Worthing. Pattenden is lifted high towards the back post where Racine stooping again. But this time it goes against the Rebels captain. Here's Meekums. Cocoraccio. Now Racine stepping over the halfway line once again. Radari. And it's just nicked away from Callum Keeley by Tad Bromwich. Cocoraccio just slightly underhit that pass, and Racine had to thump it against the back of Dan Perry. Three Bridges certainly not keen to press on to Worthing. Just sitting back at the moment. It's working fairly well for them so far, but Worthing will still try and persist and find a breakthrough and try and find a way to break the deadlock. Gianni Ashley just aware there to make the interception. It was Radari trying to run onto the ball. Barker into Armstrong, just goes down there. I think it might have been Brannon O'Neill there just nicking the former Whiteleaf midfielder. And it's a free kick in a very promising position from a Worthing perspective. And Mitch Bromwich needs to organise his wall very effectively here. Pattenden looks to be first in line to take this one. Plenty of discussion around it. I think Cameron Tutt and Meekums are there too. You would think it would suit the left foot of Cameron Tutt, but Pattenden seems to look the most determined to strike this one. 4 on the wall for Three Bridges. Tutt, it looks like an elaborate routine. Sets it to Pattenden, clips it towards the far post, but just evades Golding at the far post. It certainly looked like a training ground routine there from Worthing, but didn't quite come off on this occasion. Pattenden's cross just floated over the head of Golding at the far post. Bromwich up. Now Ashley just puts it into the stands. Armstrong's pass just intercepted there. And now Three Bridges do start to press on this occasion, but does force Worthing all the way back to Harrison Mayle. He's got to keep himself warm tonight under the rainy skies here in Lancing. Radari finds the ball through into Keeley. Now Barker again. Racine just allowed to carry it forwards. Can't quite see a viable option to pass forwards. And now Barker into Golding. Just trying to pick up the tempo here, Worthing. But Radari just takes us off it slightly, but manages to keep hold of possession. Now Pattenden in towards Golding. He tries a little flick round the corner, but doesn't quite come off. And perhaps a chance for Three Bridges to counter, but that ball's going to run through to Harrison Mail. Dan Ferreira in pursuit. Racine tries to switch over towards Golding, who is just headed calmly back to his keeper by Joe Stone. Bromwich just spilling it slightly there, but eventually clutched the ball into his chest. Leighton takes it down, tries to play the ball forward towards Perry, who is able to take advantage of a poor touch from Cocoraccio. But Tutt is there on hand to clear for Worthing, but a chance for Three Bridges to get some bodies forward here. Is there a throw in just level with the 18-yard box. It's Ryan Brackpool on that far side. In towards Gaylor. Just battling with Racine, and he's nicked it back at a chance here for Curtis Gaylor! And it just flashed across the 6-yard box and Curtis Gaylor. And it'll be Brandon O'Neill to go across to take this corner kick, but first real sight of goal for Three Bridges, and now they have a chance from the set piece. Brandon O'Neill, it is over it. Fired in, but not of the way at the near post. Gaylor tries to go for it from range, and it might work out as a wonderful pass to Ryan Brackpool, and it's flashed towards goal, but the linesman flag is up on the far side. But a really good chance for Curtis Gaylor there. As I said earlier, it's going to be pouncing on the rare mistakes that Worthing do make, and he just nicked the ball there, but was unable to capitalise on this occasion. Meekums. His through ball is not going to find Golding on the far side. First 40 minutes of this half. It's eventually Worthing who get the breakthrough. It did look like it clipped off the ankles of a Worthing player, and I think that's what some of the Three Bridges players are arguing about. They're saying that it clipped off an offside player, but goal is given. And after, as I say, after so much pressure, it is Worthing who eventually make the breakthrough. Now Radari nicks it off Ashley. Can they double their lead very quickly? Armstrong, and eventually hacks away. There's a low drive from Pattenden to open the scoring, and he has it on this near side. Whips the ball in. It might find its way to Radari. Just can't get under control, and it's cleared away. Racine. Now Barker looks to the switch over towards Cameron Tutt. Just brings it down. Now Armstrong looks into that channel, but it's intercepted by Stone. Now Meekums. Pattenden down the line to Radari, just looks over his shoulder and drags the ball back. Looks for the forwards runner Pattenden, but just not on the same wavelength on this occasion as Gaylor gets the ball away. Meekums. Now Barker. Into the final 5 minutes of this first half in this first semi-final of the Sussex Senior Cup. It's 1-0 to Worthing as it stands. Here's Cucaracha midway through the Three Bridges half. Plenty of bodies behind the ball for Three Bridges. Barker advancing forward. He's got options forward. One of them is Meekums in. Bromwich has to come out to collect, and he does so effectively, the young goalkeeper. Leighton trying to turn away from Barker, and Noel Leighton does win the free kick off the Worthing midfielder. But it'll be a free kick and a chance for Three Bridges to test the defence of Worthing as they look to find an equaliser right before the half-time whistle. O'Neill, and that's a shocking free kick really. Looked for the reverse ball down the line, but just found the one man in the wall. I think it was Meekham's there, and there might be a chance for Worthing to counter-attack down the other end. And it's with Golding. Going towards the byline, tries to clip a ball in, but just miscues that one. Lost his footing on the far side, and it will be a goal kick for Mitch Bromwich. Adam Hinshelwood will certainly be the more pleased of the two managers. Jamie Crellin will be hoping your side don't concede another here before half time. And it comes to Radari, who just goes down on the edge of the area, but referee waves play on, thinking that he maybe thought that Radari went down a little bit too easily there. Radari just going to ground there under a challenge from Brandon O'Neill, right on the edge of the 18-yard box.
Your fourth official is indicating there will be 1 minute added time. 1 minute.
And as you may have just heard over the PA system, 1 additional minute of added time at the end of this half. Maybe a chance for Worthing to double their advantage with Golding. Plenty of time as he runs at the Three Bridges defence. Now Tutt. Low cross, and I think it comes off Golding, it does. And you think that might just be that for this first half. And a half that has been dominated by the Worthing outfit. They've dominated possession. We're really not really able to create too many opportunities, but it was Jasper Pattenden who was able to pull off a low left-footed effort. It took a deflection on the way through to beat Mitch Bromwich, but maybe another chance here for Meekums, and he sets it to Radari, who cuts aside on his left foot. I think it just struck Meekums in there. And Tim Robinson does bring the first half to a close, and it is that Jasper Pattenden goal that splits the two sides at the half-time break. Questions over whether it hit another body on the way through and whether that was offside, but the referee decided no, and it's that sole strike from Jasper Pattenden that gives Worthing a 1-0 lead here over Three Bridges at half-time in a Sussex Senior Cup semi-final.
During the break, please make use of our facilities. The bar and the servery are both home, serving hot and cold food and your drinks. And we will come back and see you at the start of the second half. In the meantime, there will be some...
Welcome back to Culver Road here at Lancing at the Sussex FA headquarters. You join us as Three Bridges look to come back from a goal down here on this rainy evening. Worthing took the lead through Jasper Pattenden just 5 to 10 minutes before the half-time interval. If you were unable to see that one on the live stream, that footage will be available after the whistle this evening. And just a rerun through that goal, Jasper Pattenden, it was cutting in on the right-hand side on his left foot, just outside the area, fired it in low, and it took a nick on the way through that beat Mitch Bromwich. And it is that strike from Jasper Pattenden that does split the two sides after 45 minutes. And Worthing did dominate possession in that first half, but were unable to really create too many opportunities. Golding perhaps with the next best opportunity. A shot on the swivel that Mitch Bromwich was able to reactively stop. But Curtis Gaylor did have a good chance down the other end for Three Bridges, but it wasn't too much to shout about for those fans supporting the team in amber. But here come the team in red with Golding. Now Meekums on this left-hand side. Reverses it to Cameron Tutt. chance to deliver on his left foot, and it's just deflected, and away comes Stone. Now Keeley. Barker, midway through the Three Bridges half, and here is the goal scorer, Jasper Pattenden. Now Racine plays it into the feet of Meekums, just dropping off that front line. But already a similar pattern emerging to the first half. Pattenden takes it in his stride and cuts in on that left hand side onto his left foot again. Here's Luca Cucuraccio. Armstrong trying to surge forward under pressure from Ferreira and does go down. Referee just turned his back on that initial challenge, but sees the second one. No later than it was impeding Danny Barker. Adam Hinshelwood will be keen to see his men gain a further advantage. They had so much possession that first half, but it's only one goal that splits the two sides, and that's too precarious a lead in the eyes of Adam Hinshelwood. And Jamie Crellin in the dugout with Three Bridges will be hoping his side can maybe come out of their shell a little bit as the half progresses and try and find a goal themselves. Now Meekums, under pressure from Stone, just manages to keep possession for now and squeezes it through to Golding. Golding can't quite break through and eventually brings down Dan Ferreira. Mitch Bromwich's kick finds Dan Perry, who just hooks it forward looking for the run of Ferreira, but Cameron Tutt there to intercept. Suffered that really nasty injury, I think he has a broken foot at the start of his spell at Worthing, which kept him out of the side for pretty much the entirety of the season, really, when he first did it back in 2019. But he's asserted himself back since then in the Worthing lineup on this left hand side. Cucuraccio. And Barker looked for the fleeting run of Pattenden, but I think that one's just going to run all the way through, just can't quite sneak past Curtis Gaylor on that far side to latch onto the end of that raking through ball by Danny Barker. Keeley helps it forward to Golding. He sets it to Cucuraccio, who steps forward from defence. Now Keeley and Armstrong just manages to squeeze it out to Radari, and Golding this time can't quite bring it under his control. Radari's pass just a little away from the Foreman Lewis man.
There's a break in the play. I'm still waiting for the holder of ticket number 286. Somebody must have it, because you're going to go home with £50 and 50p. 286.
Bromwich. Now Villavicencio just works it back, but it's nicked by Golding. Now Radari just can't get away from his man, and Brannon O'Neill can clip it forward. And Racine just getting the foot in ahead of Perry. But the quick throw in from Perry is intercepted by Racine. And here is captain Aaron Racine again. Now Barker stepping forward. His pass tries to find Keeley, but it might run through for Rhys Meekham's golden opportunity. And it's Rhys Meekham's who doubles Worthing's advantage. He found a gap on the right-hand side of Three Bridges' defence and just curled it, caressed it into that far corner beyond the despairing Mitch Bromwich. And that's exactly the start to the second half that Worthing fans and gaffer Adam Hinshelwood would have wanted. But it is Rhys Miles Meekham's who grabs his 8th goal of the season. And it's an uphill battle now for Three Bridges to get back into this one. It took Worthing so long in the first half to find a breakthrough after so much possession. And it looked like the second half was going to be more of the same, but they managed to fashion a breakthrough early on. And Rhys Miles Meekham's was on hand to take advantage.
And I've actually been able to give the £50 and 50p to a Worthing supporter. Thank you very much, sir.
Cameron Tutt just down deep inside his own half, and the physio just coming on to give the former Brighton youngster some treatment. But Ryan Brackpool looks to be setting up a long throw in here on the near side. Launched it into the area. Flicked on, eventually cleared away by Patterson. Little fall for O'Neill, who clips it forward, but no ambushers there to collect. Stone looks to play it forward to O'Neill, and it comes to Villavicencio. But the ball through too heavy for Perry, and now Brannon O'Neill is down on his knees. But nothing doing according to Tim Robinson. Brannon O'Neill also manages the under-18 side at Three Bridges, and also a part of the coaching setup at Chelsea in the pre-academy phase. Wearing the captain's armband though tonight for Three Bridges. Is Cucuraccio. Under a little bit of pressure, but hooks the ball forward and finds the runner Keeley into this left-hand channel. And he's looking to take on Brackpool. Goes one way and the other. Delivers it low. And it's not quite clear, and it's a great chance. And Deshaun Golding just can't quite keep his effort down. Kane's been on his left foot after a little mix-up in the Three Bridges defence, but just sent it far, high and wide over Mitch Bromwich's goal. And looks like it's going to be a Worthing substitution here. I think it's going to be, looks like it's going to be Golding making his way off. It is, and it's going to be Ollie Pearce to replace Golding. So that last contribution from Golding, skying that one over the bar, but Ollie Pearce is on to replace him. Ollie Pearce, prolific striker for Worthing, top scorer in the Isthmian Premier so far. 34 goals to his names in all competitions this season. And looks like there's going to be a substitution. Noel Layton being replaced, and it'll be Michael Wilson coming on for Three Bridges. And that ends Noel Layton's run of scoring in every round. But a chance for Michael Wilson to make an impact. Bromwich clears it forward, but onto the head of Tutt, and O'Neill fires one forward. Racine dominant in the air as he has been all evening. Stone, it's cleared away by Cucuraccio. Brackpool over the throw-in, looking for movement ahead of him, and he finds the head of Ferreira, who knocks it into channel towards Brian Villavicencio, but on this occasion Cameron Tutt just sees it behind. Luca Cucuraccio. Worthing don't have to be as urgent now, but they will of course be looking to seal the deal. And here is substitute Ollie Pearce, who can certainly contribute towards that target. Racine managed to win possession. It's a good little interception, but it'll fall for a Worthing man, and eventually it's Mitch Bromwich who gets down low just to scupper any chances of a third for Worthing on this occasion. Ferreira chests it down to Stone, who just hooks a high one forwards, and it will be allowed to bounce, but Pattenden can nod it forward under little pressure. Barker looks for the switch over towards Tutt, and it's expertly found. Trying to beat Ferreira, but it is Ferreira who comes out on top on this occasion. The Three Bridges just really unable to string several passes together at the moment. And Aaron Racine just takes his time in possession. Of course, joined after leaving Forest Green Rovers and joined Worthing initially in a coaching setup, but now captain of the club, and did captain Forest Green Rovers in their National League playoff final at Wembley. And he might have the chance to captain Worthing at the Amex if Worthing can go on to win this one this evening, which right now they look likely to do so. Vidari, and that's a bit of a rash challenge by Brannon O'Neill. I think it's a little bit of a frustration showing there from the Three Bridges captain. Not really sure Brannon O'Neill can have too many complaints on this occasion, as Dan Perry just received some treatment. I think Dan Perry is going to be okay to continue. He's scored in each of his last 4 games, Dan Perry. In fact, he did score 4 in one game in that 5-1 win against Ashford United right at the beginning of February, and proceeded to score in the 3-3 draw with Hythe and a win against Haywards Heath. But now a chance for Worthing. They've got men forward, but from the free kick they've just worked it backwards for now. But Racine has stayed forward, but now he might be caught out of position as Stone advances forward. The ball forward trying to look for Ferreira, but Cameron Tutt just has to remain composed. But his pass can only find Stone. Now defeated Gayler. And O'Neill hooks it towards goal, but that will trundle on behind harmlessly for a goal kick. Racine. Pattenden's pass a little loose. Maybe a chance here for Gayler, and almost finds the run of Dan Perry. They're just about intercepted. And now Wilson goes for goal from range, but that one speculative and ambitious, to say at the least, and not going to trouble the Worthing keeper, Harrison Mayle. Mayle's pass just doesn't quite find the intended target, but that's a lovely little flick from Tutt to feed Reese Miles-Milcombs, who can race forward, and he's got Jasper Pattenden on the right hand side. Pattenden clipped into the box, but it's cleared away by Brackpool. Brannon O'Neill does well to win the possession back, but it's given away too easily by Gianni Ashley. Now Ollie Pearce running it at Three Bridges defence. Almost gets through one, but eventually just crowded out on the edge of the 18-yard box. And now a chance down the other end for Three Bridges, trying to thread through to Perry. And the offside flag does go up on the near side against the Three Bridges forward, who's had a tough evening tonight, Dan Perry. Nothing really to do with him. It's just been difficult for Three Bridges to find any real momentum here tonight. Worthing have really controlled the tempo of the game right from the first whistle, and they might have a chance here to further add to their 2-0 lead. Pattenden trying to take on Ashley, delivers the ball into the box, it's headed towards goal, and it's a great chance for Radari there. Stooping header, but he just can't quite guide it inside Mitch Bromwich's left-hand post. There's a great ball in from Pattenden, but Radari just cutting in from that left-hand side to find himself in the central part of that box, but just can't quite manage to direct his header beyond Mitch Bromwich and find the net. Here's Villavicencio, and now perhaps a really good chance for Curtis Gaylor! But Harrison Mayle hasn't had to do much all evening, but he's alert there to the danger and makes a smart stop, downloads his right. Curtis Gaylor probably had Three Bridges' best opportunity of the first half, and that's certainly the best one they've had in this second 45. Former Horsham man, just unable to take advantage, and in fact almost scoring against his old side. Played for Worthing back in the 2014-15 season, but his old side will be thankful he couldn't capitalise on this occasion. But maybe a chance here for Perry, but again the flag goes up against the forward. Barker. Racine comes forward and finds Pearce. His ball inside finds Keeley. Here they come, maybe a great chance here. Patted into the box, Callum Keeley, and oh! What a sliding challenge that was to deny Callum Keeley. Joe Stone it was, I think, with the sliding challenge. But a fantastic sliding block from the fullback to deny Callum Keeley there. And Mitch Bromwich would have had his work cut out stopping that one, so he can be grateful to Joe Stone there. The corner kick delivered in from Pattenden, and a stooping header, and it's going to be another corner kick. Okay. And Pattenden takes the corner, it goes in, it might come on the edge of the area to David Radari, and that is an absolute thunderbolt from David Radari. Arrowed into the bottom left-hand corner. On loan from Crawley, but making his mark at Worthing. It fell from on the edge of the area, and what a superb connection with the ball from David Radari. and that puts Worthing in a commanding 3-0 lead and surely secures their place at the Amex in the Sussex Senior Cup final. He scored goals for fun at Hastings and he's started life brightly at Worthing. That's his 4th goal, only his 5th appearance. But what a fabulous finish that was from Madari. But now a chance maybe for Ferreira to break through, but Racine just marshals that one well. But you would think that that really puts the result beyond any doubt with just under 20 minutes remaining, but Three Bridges will remain persistent. But Ollie Pearce here with a chance to deliver a load to the box, and it flashes across, and it is 4, and it is Callum Keeley on the score sheet. It's another loanee, and this time it's the Australian man Callum Keeley. The cross came in from Ollie Pearce, and sliding in at the near post was Callum Keeley to score his 10th goal of the season. He left Woodside Road to join Sutton, and then he moves on to Dorking, but he's back at Worthing, and he's definitely back in the goals there. And Radari just being replaced now. And it's going to be Jesse Starkey to come off the bench.
Substitution for Worthing sees number 7, the goal scorer of the last one, David Rodari, having a rest, and he's replaced by number 11, Jesse Starkey.
Jesse Starkey, another academy player for Brighton & Hove Albion before he signed for Swindon and subsequently Gillingham before signing on for Worthing 5 years ago in 2017. Key part of Adam Hinchelwood's dressing room, and he'll be looking to just get them through in these final 15 minutes or so. But a quick fire double for Worthing, and I was saying that 3rd goal pretty much sealed the deal for the Rebels, but that 4th really a dagger in Three Bridges' hopes. But Gaylor still persisting, but not able to get on the end of this one on this occasion. Here's Starkey. And now a chance again, and it's Keeley breaking into the box, but that's a smart challenge from Brackpool. Starkey. Now Paddington diving past his man and still going Passenden, but just about overruns that one. For those Worthing fans behind Mitch Bromwich's goal, we'll be delighted they made the short trip to Lancing. It's had a good performance, and particularly the second half managed to add goals to their game, the Rebels. An attendance of 662 here in Lancing to see this semi-final. Always good to see numbers supporting non-league football, and especially in Sussex. always plenty on for Sussex fans to watch. And now here comes Keeley, and it comes to Ollie Pearce and just clips that one over the bar, and he'll be disappointed he's not able to get that one on target. So used to finding the back of the net regularly from that sort of position, but just miscued it on that occasion. As Dan Ferreira makes way, and it's going to be Cameron Lawson to come on in his place for Three Bridges.
Substitution for Three Bridges.
And for Worthing,
14,
looks like Aaron Racine is making way, and it looks like it's going to be Owen Spicer coming on for Worthing. He's their under-18s captain, Owen Spicer.
And for Worthing, number 5, Aaron Racine is having a little rest.
Wilson plays it forward, and Cocaracho just has to marshal it under pressure from Perry, but manages to guide it back to his keeper. Bromwich clears it forward, and it falls to Spicer, who just got to deal with that one under pressure early on. And Danny Barker now with the captain's armband, just manages to keep hold of possession. He's slotting in at centre half now, Danny Barker, with Owen Spicer just slotting into the central midfield. And here's Reese Miles Meekums with some space, and he finds Tutt. First time back out to the man who scored the second goal of the 4 for Worthing. But on this occasion, the move just fizzles out. Luca Cocaracho looks for that switch ball out, and it's really well found by Cocaracho. And here is Pattenden, finds Keeley, who pulls one across, and it's in! And it's that man again, Reese Miles Meekums, and it's 5 up for Worthing. And it's a fantastic switch of play by Luca Cocaracho to start off that move. And eventually, after a delivery by Callum Keeley, it was Reese Miles Meekums sliding in to score his second of the evening. And this has been a stellar second half performance from Worthing. 4 goals they've managed to score, 2 from Meekums, either side of Radari. And there's a chance for Perry here, and almost getting a consolation goal there for Three Bridges. But yep, Miles Meekums just scoring 2 either side of Radari and Keeley. But maybe a chance here, and it's stopped by the feet of Harrison Mayle. Cameron Lawson, a substitute, firing it low. But Harrison Mayle has been called into action a couple of times after not really having to do much, and he's passed with flying colours on both occasions. There's Gaylor looks at the through ball towards Perry. And very calm from Harrison Mayle. Just exchanging passes in the end with Luca Cocoraccio. Here's Pattenden, he's put in a really good display on the right side of that defence this evening. And flying up and down that right hand flank. Starkey switches it over to Cameron Tutt. Delivers it low and it's almost flicked towards goal by Ollie Pearce, and it's adjudged to have come off the Worthing man last. Stone. Played forward, but it only meets the head of Barker. Wilson hooks it forward towards Lawson, but just headed down by Pattenden. And now Villavicencio finds Wilson, who tries to thread a through ball, but it's only intercepted by Pattenden. Here's Tutt. Tries to find the run of Ollie Pearce into that channel, and he just nicks it in front of Ryan Brackpool and then wins the throw-in for his side midway through the Three Bridges half. Pattenden finds Armstrong, he's burst forward from midfield, tries the reverse pass, but it's just gone all the way through, allows Stone to get it clear for now. Now Tutt. And Cameron Tutt just tugging on the shirt of Joe Stone there.
As minutes tick on in this game this evening, in the interest of public and player safety and keeping the reserving of the pitch, can I remind all spectators of refraining from entering the field of play at the end of the game and remain behind the barriers at all times. If you want to take photographs, they can be taken from the walkway at the end of the game. But please do not encroach the pitch whatsoever.
Spicer, he's headed down, it's played back towards him by a Three Bridges shirt. Now Gaylor tries the raking ball over towards Lawson. Under pressure from Pattenden, but just manages to hold on to possession. But the pass just allows the Worthing winger to get a touch of it. But a throw in for Three Bridges. Just under 5 minutes remaining here in Lancing. And it is Worthing who are 5 to the good here. Really impressive second half display. Just able to add a cutting edge to all the possession they were having. Brandon O'Neill over this free kick for Three Bridges. And it's just flicked away by Cameron Tutt. Ryan Brackpool was just waiting for it to evade the Worthing fullback. Gaylor just going down under pressure, but allows Tutt to clear long, but O'Neill just finds Johnny Ashley, but it's a little bit of a sloppy touch and just about gets away with it under pressure from Ollie Pearce. Eventually he is dispossessed, and now Starkey. Tutt going towards the byline. Spicer clips it forward and manages to find Pattenden. Pattenden delivers across in, but it's just flicked away. Will only come as far as Jesse Starkey. Still Starkey, and he goes down. But his protests are waved away from Robinson. As Cucuraccio steps into midfield to win that header well, and now it's Miles Meekums. He's on a hat-trick. Miles Meekums tries to deliver a bone across there, and it just doesn't quite come off on this occasion. Gaylor. As well watched by Jasper Pattenden. Cameron Lawson it was, lurking over his shoulder. Here's Gaylor. Goes for goal from range and trying to find that top right hand corner, but it's not going to nestle in Harrison's Mail's goal tonight. The ball's played forward. Bromwich makes the interception. Ball's played forward towards Gaylor. Pattenden on hand, still with a threat for now, and it's a dogged and determined Jasper Pattenden on the right hand side of that defence. And it's been a fairly complete and a certainly comfortable evening for Worthing in the end, as the full-time whistle blows, and it is Worthing who will progress to the final of the Sussex Senior Challenge Cup. They run out 5-0 victors here in Lancing. It was Jasper Pattenden who opened the scoring in the first half, but it wasn't until the second half the Worthing really kicked into gear. A double from Reece Miles Meekums either side of a Callum Keeley, and an absolute brilliant strike from the edge of the area from David Radari sealed Worthing's progress to their first final since 2016 and their 31st final appearance, and they will take on either Horsham or Brighton Hove Albion
We'll be here next
in the final at the Amex.
Saturday today.
That other semi-final takes place in 2 weeks' time here at Culver Road
Hove Albion.
between Horsham and Brighton.
Tonight,
But tonight it is Worthing's night,
the Rebels of Worthing.
and it finishes 5-0 to Worthing, and it's Three Bridges who go home defeated. Thank you for joining us here tonight, courtesy of your instant replay, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. The game finishes Worthing 5, Three Bridges 0.
To the field of play. Commiserations go to Three Bridges. They put up a very good show.